Hello everyone, and today is Monday and this is for Art 2. We're really excited about this next painting that you're going to complete. You're going to learn about Impressionism. This is some other things that's going to be on your exam, final exam. But we covered scale and proportion. You learn about different elements, but then we're going to learn about different periods in art. So this particular period we're learning about is Impressionism. Impressionism was really a popular movement that sort of was the catalyst to create works of art with really thick brush strokes, as you see behind me. This is a piece by Vincent van Gogh called Starry Night, very popular piece. But when you paint this particular piece, you want to use really thick brush strokes, and you want to kind of see those strokes while you paint. Go ahead and purchase your paint, get you a canvas, or you can do it on poster board. But you can do a half a sheet. That might be simpler for you. I do have paper if you need paper at school. But get your colors and what you need for your project. It's best for this piece to do an underpainting. When I say underpainting, means you paint the background one solid color and then you start to paint on top. So if we look at this piece behind me, what color do you think the underpainting is? The underpainting for this particular piece, of course, we see the dominant color, which is a sort of like a medium blue. So that you'll paint the whole thing one color first. Then you'll let that dry. Then you'll start painting your design on, or your image on top of that. And you'll do short brush strokes, okay? And Impressionism basically means you're just capturing a moment in time, an impression on a moment of time. So let's look at your project that you're gonna do today. First of all, let's talk about this piece that you're going to do. This is basically, it talks about the style. Artists often painted the same scene in landscape. So think about a landscape that you can do for this particular project to capture shadows. I would basically do a landscape. Each impressionist work of art studied light and the atmosphere and the reflections of color. So those are some things to think about when you complete your work. So it is a visual scene. So think of it, if you took a picture on your phone of a sunset, maybe you want to paint that using Impressionism. It's up to you. So you're going to demonstrate by using these various types of brush strokes, and you're going to paint a work of art in the style of those artists. You're going to need some acrylic paint, okay? So you need to get paint. You're going to need water. You can need paper that you can do this on, or canvas. So some artists that you can research is Monet, Renoir, Morisot, and Degas. These are some awesome artists that you can think of or use. But look at these images right here of these beautiful works of art that used Impressionism. So we're going to learn about what Impressionism is. Today, we're going to talk about that. After you watch this video, I'm going to tell you what you need to do, what you're going to upload today. So we're going to watch this video, and then I'll tell you what you're going to upload today, okay? About Impressionism.
Impressionist paintings are among the most loved and celebrated artworks of all time. But what is Impressionism, and who were the great Impressionist artists? Impressionism is perhaps one of the most identifiable and famous art movements of history. Often referred to as the first modern movement, it was born in April 1874 when a group of young artists defied the official Paris Salon by setting up their own independent exhibition. Including works by Claude Monet, Pierre-Auguste Renoir, Camille Pissarro, Edgar Degas, and Berthe Morisot, it became known as the first Impressionist exhibition. The Impressionist work was characterized by loosened brushwork and lightened palettes, including pure, intense colors. They abandoned traditional linear perspective and often avoided the clarity of form. For this reason, many critics faulted Impressionist paintings for their unfinished appearance and seemingly amateurish quality. Collectively, the Impressionists sought to capture the impression of a scene through lively brushstrokes, and they often worked on plein air, producing works of art rapidly in a single sitting. Rejecting the Salon's preference for historical or allegorical subjects, they created instead what Monet called a spontaneous work rather than a calculated one. In the 1870s, many of the Impressionist painters were predominantly attracted to landscape, searching for ways to capture the fleeting effects of light, weather, and time of day on canvas. By the 1880s, artists looked beyond landscapes. Renoir turned towards figure painting. Monet considered visual perspective in a more abstract way through seriality and repetition, and Degas pursued female figures. Yet each retained the distinctive rapid brushstrokes, fresh colours, and sense of internal light unique to Impressionism. Much like the French realists, changing Parisian life and the reality of the modern city was a recurring theme for many Impressionists, who painted cafe scenes, railway bridges, and busy boulevards. Although the group was dominated by men, several female artists also rose to prominence, including Morisot and Cassatt. When the first Impressionist exhibition was held in 1874, Berthe Morisot joined the group and agreed never again to send work to the Salon. Morisot was a faithful exhibitor at all 8 Impressionist exhibitions from 1874 to 1886. Like the other Impressionist painters, she was preoccupied by capturing light, but she also used broad strokes of colour that echo what she had observed in Manet's work. As the first modern art movement, Impressionism had a significant impact on subsequent artists and movements, with artists like Vincent van Gogh and Edvard Munch among those influenced. More recent influences include the important pop artist Roy Lichtenstein, who paid homage to Monet's water lily paintings. The aesthetic qualities of Impressionism can be seen widely through its ubiquitous popularity and impact on our culture today.
All right, so that gives you an idea of what Impressionism is, and that gives you an idea of what Impressionism is, and it gives you insight of how you need to use those thick brush strokes. Now, so today, what you need to do is you are going to upload this information right here. I'm going to ask you some questions on what Impressionism is. So you should learn that from the lecture and from the video. For Impressionism artists, we covered that in the lecture and in the video. What are some characteristics of Impressionism? So you know it's dealing with very thick brush strokes. I want you to sketch out what you're thinking about doing, what color you're underpainting. We talked about that today, and what colors you're going to use. And I asked you some more questions right here. This is going to count as a quiz grade, so make sure that you do that accurately. And I'm looking forward to seeing how these paintings are going to come out. It's going to be really nice. Thank you.